and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is the July update and I want to share with you guys all of my beautiful new blooms. I'm going to start with this beautiful Cattleya, which was a total surprise. I had no idea I even had anything starting to grow or any buds forming. So when I looked and I saw this beautiful flower, I almost died. Anyway, so let me show you her tag, and she smells amazing. This is a Prima Degrazia Volcano Beauty. I got her, I attached her to my palm around 2 years ago, and this is the first bloom I get from her. So moving right along, I have so many dendrobiums in bloom. This one just bloomed for me about last week, and I've got two spikes on her. Look at this beautiful, beautiful dendrobium. These colors are amazing. They light up my backyard. I have so many dendrobiums in bloom, you guys, that it's just breathtaking. Look at how pretty this looks. I love that each spike is facing one way and the other. It's just so nice just to walk out here and just stand here and look at them. Such a joy. Now this is a dendrobium I planted. I reattached back in February, and I've got these two beautiful spikes, and hopefully I'll have them for a long time. The wind is picking up a bit, but they're on pretty sturdy. Just look at that. I have 4 flowers now, and I'm waiting for 4 more to bloom. Alright, so let me walk you guys around the rest of my garden. And I also have many Fowls in bloom. Let's see, I have to say I have maybe like 12 to 15 Fowls in bloom right now. So starting with my white Fowl. Now these are in bloom probably all year. I have them attached to my palms, and I just get buds year round. It's crazy. Here's another dendrobium. Now these dendrobiums are not tagged. I've had to reattach them to my palms. They have to be in the Burana family. I have some Burana browns and some Burana pinks, and I have some Burana purples. So these are all in just bloom right now. Here is my purple and white Fowl combination. Now she blooms about 6 to 7 times a year. It's just a dream. I mean, if you look at my Instagram page, or if you look at my other videos, you'll see that I have other times that she's come in bloom. So she's in bloom now. I am still waiting for one more bud to open, and then I will have her again in full bloom. Now this is my yellow Fowl, and she has been in bloom constantly since January. And her blooms are about to expire, but they're still beautiful. And here's another white Fowl. Alright, so moving right along, now I am approaching my Gumbo Limbo, and here it is. Here's my Gumbo Limbo. I have many, many Fowls attached to this Gumbo Limbo, and right now I've got my orange and my white Fowls in bloom on this Gumbo Limbo. Now all the way up here I have an Encyclia. Let me just turn around and show you where she is. And I know the Fowls are just blooming. Alright, so right here all the way to the top is my Encyclia. Now they call this a butterfly orchid. This is a native orchid to Florida. I'll put her name right here because I can't think of her name right now, but it's an Encyclia. And then as you see, all of my Fowls are attaching really nicely to this Gumbo Limbo. That's a new attachment right there. And it's hard to keep these these trees sometimes without like those little green mossy things or these little ferns growing. So I have to come around and just pull all these out. It's kind of like weeds and stuff, but I try to keep them nice and groomed, but sometimes the days pass by and I just can't get around to it. So here's my purple Fowl, which is in bloom again. And then right next to her I have my minis, which are right over here. You see, I told you my Fowls are they're just having a ball. Everything's blooming. Now it's been raining a lot in South Florida. I must say, here's another mini Fowl. I must say it's been raining twice a day, every day, probably for the past month and a half. My grass is growing like crazy, and I'm not liking having to cut it. Here's another dendrobium in bloom. I'm not liking to have to cut my grass so often, but my orchids are loving the water, so I can't complain. They are very happy, they're blooming, and they're doing fantastic. Here's another fowl. Now I'm gonna move over to now to some vandas, some arandas that I have, and those are the ones I planted after the Redland show in May, and those have attached really fast, and I am getting a new spike. Look at that. This is brand new, so I'll have that in bloom for the August update. And here's my other dendrobium again. All right, so moving forward, under my patio, you guys, I have 5 more keikis that I've detached. And these are ready to get potted soon. I was advised to just leave them for a few days, probably over some sphagnum moss, or a few weeks until they get acclimated to the new medium. And that's what I'm gonna do for now. I'm gonna put that over some sphagnum moss, and then I'm gonna just repot them probably in about 2 weeks. So I've got 5 new keikis, and this is from my Oriental Smile Fantasy, which is a dendrobium. And I just removed those keikis today, and I'm so excited. All right, so here I've got my Aeridis Korat Koki, and it's already in bloom, and she smells amazing. She smells delicious. I love this orchid. I've never owned anything like this before, and I just think it's amazing. The cascading flowers and everything are just beautiful. All right, so now I'm in a totally different place. I am actually on vacation on a cruise, and look what I found. I was so excited to see this. This is crazy. This is a Phalaenopsis that is mounted on a tree in the middle of the ocean. I am on a cruise ship. I am on the Royal Caribbean Allure of the Seas. So here's some footage that I took. Look at that. I came last week for a week vacation with my family and my friends, and I was just so excited to find, you know, orchids attached to trees, which to me is crazy. How they've just built this ship, and everything here is like man-made, and they've attached these Phalaenopsis on these trees. To me, this is like, wow, I can't believe I found this on vacation. So I took some footage, and I wanted to share with you guys, and I wanted to add it to my July update because I thought it was so cool. So yeah, so that's it. This was my little getaway, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. Let's take a quick look. This is what they call Central Park in this amazing ship, and my view was this park right here. And look at how many orchids they have attached. Now none of them bloom right now, but they do have some some old spikes that they've cut off, and I just think they've just done such a great job. And it just comes to show you they kind of grow everywhere. This is planted on a ship, and they're doing so well out here, except for that little burn mark right there. But look at that, they even have new growth, and I just thought this was so cool, and that I was able to do this and get some video and share it in this update. Alright guys, so this is it. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. This is the July update, and I am still on the Royal Caribbean Allure of the Seas, and it's incredible how all these orchids are growing on these trees. Look at all these beauties. And that's all guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.